Welcome in, class. We're going to go right into some balancing work and hip openers for those people who need that support in the hips, that openness from sitting all day. We're going to work on opening that up and getting us going. So let's move. Stepping wide, setting up for your Tai Chi. Tuck your tailbone under, your shoulders are relaxed. Breathe deep, settle in. So I'd like you to roll through the shoulders and bring the backs of your hands together, then pull back, hands come to waistline. Breathe out as you dip, breathe in as you squeeze the back of the body. So breathe out and in, carrying that breath in and out through the nose. Lifted. And let's preview those hands that you're going to see, linking of the thumbs behind you, and that's really going to help open up the chest in our stretch. So starting out with that linked hands, lift the heels off, sink deep. Now let's come up with the arms up the side of the body. Clasp the hands overhead. If you can get the palms together, that's great. And just hold that for a moment. If you're ready to advance from this, let's move into a tree pose. So foot comes to the inside of the calf. And moving our sequence along, taking that leg back, opening up the leg, opening up the arms. Tuck the thumbs together, open up the chest, and just float above the ground. Lifted bellies, strong legs. And when you're ready, reaching forward of your body, bending through your supporting leg, lift the back leg off and reach to the front. Don't worry about how high the leg goes behind you. If you can get parallel with the ground, that's great. If you can't, don't worry about it. Take the hands behind you, grab hold, clasp, and draw the shoulder blades together. Beautiful. Now let's try it on the other side. So sink deep into your legs. Take the eagle pose legs so that the left leg comes over top. Then the hands come together overhead so the palms are touching. You're welcome to stay with this or move with me into the tree pose. So you want to be nice and tall and lifted and proud, really squeezing the glute muscles to help stabilize you here. And then when you feel ready, taking your leg back, sweeping the hands to behind your back, come together behind you, and we float above the ground. Remember, the supporting leg the knee is bent slightly. Just take your time with this. Do what you need to do to get into that supported position. Strong and lifted. Reach through the arms whenever you're ready. Squeezing through the back muscles. Good work. Now let's set up for a dancer's pose. So we're turning to the side, stepping out with our left foot. Grab hold of the sole of the right foot. Knee stays in line with the hip as you edge forward. Now making sure you're squeezing the back of the body to stabilize you. Eyes are focused on the ground. Let's go for dancer's pose in the other direction. So stepping out, taking hold of the inside of the sole of the left foot, extending your right arm forward. Find that focal point for your eye gaze. Really opening up through the hip, shoulder, and squeezing the back of the body. A nice lifted chest with an open hip. Breathe deep into that. Eyes focused on the ground really helps us with our stability. Good work. Release. Coming into a hip opening track, feet are hip distance apart. Breathe in, lifting tall. Breathe out as you float forward to your fold. Land the fingers to the ground. Let the back lengthen out. Now stepping back with your back leg. Drop the back knee down. Sink deep into the hips, making sure that this knee is aligned over the ankle. And then breathing in, lifting the back arm. Let the hips settle deep. Just opening up through the shoulder. Feel the stretch coming in to the side of the body. From the glute through the hip to the side of the shoulder and the arm. Release. And now let's switch the legs up. So stepping in with your back leg. Switch to the front leg. Extended back as far as you can manage. This front bent knee is aligned over the ankle. And we get low into the hips. And then as we breathe in, we reach the arm with us. Shoulder is back. Hips are settled. And we really feel like an openness there. Really open to the side. Now we're going to set up for a cow face pose. So landing the top hand down. Tuck your back knee in. And I'd like you to take this front foot and bring it behind your back knee. And then we're gonna sink into a cow face pose. So what we're aiming to do here is stack the knees up as much as you can. Don't worry if it doesn't make it all the way. And then taking your right arm, bring it behind with your left hand, reaching. And then elbows squeeze back and lifted through the chest and through the crown of the head. So we're creating a long lifted spine with a nice long back and coming forward towards the bent knees. Just breathe into that. Breathe deeply to help lengthen the spine and release the hips. Just take your time with this. Beautiful. Release. So now taking this top foot, bringing it to the thigh or the ankle or the shin, whatever works for you for the leg placement on top. But really create length in your spine. So reach tall. And then as you exhale, come forward just to where it feels good. So we're still keeping that long integrity in the spine. And then just let the hands land. Take a moment here, breathe. And then I'd like you to open up your right hand to the back. So we're feeling a stretch through the side of the body, taking the load off the lower back, and really feeling more stretch into the hip. Good work. Release. Now switching our position. Come back to your knees. And this time we take the left leg behind the right. And we're going to come to sitting back into the cow face pose. Remember, knees are stacking as much as you can. Both hips are grounded. And then breathe tall into your spine. Just think about length and strength there. Take the hands behind you. Now taking that left elbow up a little higher and then reaching around with the right hand. Try and clasp your fingers together. If you can't do it, don't worry, but gently press your elbows back. So we're really opening up the chest and shoulder here. And then thinking about that nice long lifted spine, come forward when you're ready, just hinging from your hip. Create length into the back and breathe into that back space. Good. Release it. And let's take now this top foot and bring it to the thigh, the calf, or right down to the ground. You choose for your half lotus, the modified position that you'd prefer. Then reach tall. Hinge forward from the hip, long lifted spine, gently pressing the hips down, and then just let the hands float to the ground. Just to where it feels good for you. And let's open up our left arm now, reaching and opening through the chest, breathing deeply there, feeling the stretch for the side of the body. If it feels good for you, you can turn your eyes to look to the extended hand behind you. Whatever works for your body today. Nice job, release. Let's shake it out.